There is one government employee you often don't see until there's trouble. If you've done something wrong, he's the last guy you want to meet. But if you need help, you desperately hope that he or she is on the way. I'm talking about a cop, a police officer, the men and women who wear a badge and a gun and enforce the law and try to keep us safe. In the city, we call them police, but out here they're called deputies, and the man in charge is the sheriff.
We're laid back enough here that during the springtime, fish start biting. If nothing's going on, one of the deputies and myself, we might want to take the afternoon off and go fishing.
Police! Go in the back, all the way in the back, all the way in the back. Get flat, ladies, get flat. On the ground. Police, get down. Some hands, everybody.
When we think of cops, this is what we usually think of. Urban cops, big city police, who knock down doors and yell and go in with their guns drawn. They're tough, suspicious, they don't say much, and you don't talk back to them. If you've done something wrong, these can be scary guys. But in most of Georgia, the job of a peace officer isn't like what you see on television or the movies or the 6 o'clock news. This is Taylor County, about 45 miles southwest of Macon. 7,600 people live here on 380 square miles of forests and meadows, farms, and a few small towns. This is what most of Georgia looks like. And for most rural police officers in the state, this is a typical day.
Well, I'll tell you what, let me do this for you. Let me just round him up and talk to him.
The sheriff here is Nick Giles. He's been in this department for 20 years. On the phone, a woman who loaned a friend some money to buy Christmas gifts for his kids, and now the woman wants to be paid back.
Let me find him and I'll talk to him for you. If that doesn't work, then the second thing we can do is find out who his supervisor is out there at the highway department, and we'll talk to him. And then if that doesn't work, your third alternative would be to garnish his wages.
He spends a lot of time on the phone and a lot of time in his unmarked car. Out on the road, we come across his next job, a report about an abandoned car that's been here since yesterday.
Well, I'm going to be out with this vehicle. It appears to be abandoned on the side.
The car's pretty beat up. The front left tire is a spare and it's flat, and the license plates are expired. It's against the law to drive a car with tags dated 1993. Before long, Wainwright's tow truck shows up. They work on the car for a while, and then a few minutes later, the owner of the car arrives with some friends.
What you need to do is get a tag, go to your county and get you a tag for it, and bring your tag receipt up there by the sheriff's office. And that's all I need. I'm not going to charge you for operating it without a tag. I'm going to let you slide on that. Fair enough? All right, fair. Good enough. Anything you want to get out of it, anything for you?
It'll cost the man some money, but at least he won't get a ticket and have to pay a fine, which also means his insurance won't go up. Sheriff Giles says in small-town Georgia, you have to be nice to people, even if you're the sheriff. Besides that, he says, it pays off in the end.
Say, for instance, we've had a burglary. Several young people were seen in the area. I can go out there and do a little talking, and chances are I can find out what happened through an informant or someone there. A lot of the deputies, they wonder, well, gosh, how does he keep doing that? If you look back, somewhere along the line, I gave that guy a break. I helped him out. If you be nice to people and you treat people with courtesy, it'll come back. One day you'll be rewarded for it in some way.
Our last stop. Geralds General Store has been here 90 years, since 1905. The sheriff likes to drop by every once in a while to see Mrs. Gerald, who is a young and lively 80 years old.
Everything going all right?
Yeah, doing pretty good. Just
Keeping everybody straight out there?
Keep everybody straight out here.
They sell everything in here: candy, crackers, fishing line, nylon stockings, bread, meat, cereal, and soap, pots and pans, kerosene lamps, light bulbs, on and on. The sheriff wondered if Mrs. Gerald had any problems lately. She says no, not really, but she lives next door to the store, and sometimes young people drive too fast and too loud up and down the road.
I'll tell my deputies, and we'll see, can't we get them sort of patrol up here a little bit more, maybe on the weekends.
Sure would appreciate it, Nick.
See if
Because it may be fine. It may not be up to anything, but it's
Well,
just aggravating
They
all
hadn't got
times
any-
of the night, and it's 3 and 4 at a bunch.
They hadn't got any business out that time
That
of
time of
night.
night.
Sure hadn't.
And that loud music. Bump, bump, bump. Oh. But maybe that's the way it is. I don't know. No, maybe I'm too old for that.
Well, no, you're not. It's just...
He rarely wears a gun. He's never been shot. He's never shot anybody. As far as he can remember, he's never even pulled his gun. But don't misunderstand. There's crack and cocaine in this county. Every year or so, there's a rape and a murder. Every month, there's burglaries, some bad checks, a stolen car. And despite his easygoing ways, sometimes the sheriff gets mad.
You know, I see a young kid whose clothes are ragged and torn, and the mother and the father deadbeats, a lot of heavy drinking, a lot of drug usage, kids being neglected, those kind of things. You know, I get mad about those. I get mad at the mother, the father. You know.
What do you say?
Well, you know, I just tell them that if they don't do right, get the kid in church and Sunday school this Sunday, clean the kid up, you know, quit throwing your money away on beer and liquor and start buying something for your children, I'm going to start and make things hard on you. I'll lay out here and catch you behind the wheel, you know, one way or another, you know, I'm going to break you up, or I'm going to try to.
We spent 2 days on the roads of Taylor County, and this is what we found. One abandoned car on the side of the road. A woman calling to get a Christmas loan paid back. A kindly lady complaining about loud cars on the road outside her country store. What else? A nice man, easygoing, who likes to give people a break, who'd rather talk to you than write you a ticket and throw you in jail. Still, he has a temper, especially when he comes across someone hungry, abused, neglected, and that someone is a child. His name is Nick Giles. He's the sheriff of Taylor County. Well, there are still lots of places left to see in this state. There are still lots of people I'd like you to meet. This is Georgia Stories. I'm Colin Sedor.